Aloha friends, hope you guys are having a good day. Today's video will be talking about how to raise a bird, a hatchling. Let's introduce our baby bird. His name is Rocky. Rocky was found on June 21st. We suspect he fell out of his nest. My husband found him on the cement sidewalk outside of our house, and his parents were trying to help him, but they could not get him back into the nest, and his nest is high up on a tree. So my husband decided to take him home and feed him and raise him. When we first got Rocky, he had no feathers. His eyes weren't open. So he was a newborn hatchling, maybe about a few days to a week old, I suspect. But as you can see in these videos, he's very, very hungry, very feisty, and you'll see him open his eyes and get more feathers.
Okay, that's it for now.
We decided to name this little bird Rocky, like the movie Rocky Balboa, because he's a fighter and fighting to survive. As you can see, my husband made a little home for him, makeshift home out of a plastic jug which he cut out, and then he got grass and made a little nest. So we read that he shouldn't be totally on flat ground, and that having the nest will enable him to strengthen his legs, because if he's just on flat ground, then his legs will not develop and he might have deformed legs because he'll just be sprawled out. As you can see, he's a very hungry bird, and now he is growing feathers, and so his diet consisted of dog biscuits. So in order to make the dog biscuits soft, we soak them in warm water, about half a cup of warm water, a teaspoon of sugar, so sugar water. We place a few dog biscuits in the water, let it soak for an hour, then we smashed it up. We added some baby cereal, powdered baby cereal, and also wet dog food. In this case, it was a liver. So mix it all up, and how we fed him was with a toothpick. So we would get a little bit of the food on the toothpick, and then we'd put it by his mouth, and he would open his mouth and he would grab onto it and eat it. So just make sure not to feed the birds too much food, because they do have a little stomach, and sometimes their food gets impacted or they get some kind of intestinal blockage, and that's not good for the bird. Always make sure to clean the cage from the poop and whatever is in there. We started putting a little bit of, as you can see, the blue shop towels. He actually liked it. It's kind of soft. It's thicker than paper towel. And so he would, poop on the shop towel, and it was easier to clean that way. But also we used, chopsticks to remove some of the other poop that was in there. But you can see Rocky is growing really fast, and Still very hungry. Here he is again, trying to get food. He knows that it's time for feeding time. We would feed him around 3 to 4 times a day. And feeding time consisted maybe of about three servings on the toothpick. Sometimes he'd still cry, but we didn't want to give him too much food because we know he has a small stomach. So, hope you enjoyed watching Rocky grow up. Please like and subscribe the video. Thank you.